Well, if anybody knows about the intense media scrutiny that today's young stars have to face, it's New Kids on the Block. I mean, come on, the early 90s teen pop phenoms are now reuniting after a decade and a half, much to the delight of 30-something women around the world. They performed songs from the new CD, The Block, on the Today Show this week to a crowd of adoring fans. And I had the chance to ask Donnie, Danny, Jonathan, Jordan, and Joey why it took them 14 long years to give it another go.
I think all of us were sort of ready. I think we'd been away for a while. We did other things. We had a chance to really not only do other things, but to really engage and become parents and have private lives and businesses and careers. And, you know, quite frankly, I think the fans needed time away too. I mean, you know, the fans couldn't chase us around for the last 14 years. They had to go off and have families and get jobs and careers and start their own lives. And somehow this whole thing is sort of allowing us to come back, and it's kind of doing the same thing for the fans. They're kind of reliving an experience, but they're grown now. Instead of sleeping outside of the hotel, they just get a room inside the hotel.
But boy, you know, 15 years ago or so, were the fans something to behold. Could you imagine, guys, what that would have been like if the paparazzi were constantly after you in the extreme way that they are out there today, and you had to deal with the gossip bloggers and sites like Perez, Hilton, and TMZ tracking your every move?
We're pretty resilient. I think we would have adapted to it. You know, we did definitely. I think back then there wasn't, you know, all the internet stuff, but the stories, as stories came out, they had longer lifespans. So you still had to deal with, you know, the press and, you know, some paparazzis here and there. Now there's so many outlets that sometimes a big story is one day because there's a different story the next day.
You know, you look around today at the younger groups that are coming up, it's hard to ignore that perhaps the Jonas Brothers are dealing with a bit of what you went through with the mass fandom. If you had the opportunity, if you got in a room with them and could sit them down, give them a heads up about anything that you went through, what would you tell them?
Tell them, don't listen to our advice.
Enjoy yourself and don't take it too seriously. You know, have fun with what you do, and there's going to be a lot of critics, and, you know, don't listen to them, and don't so much listen to all the praise either. You know, just kind of like know who you are, basically. That's what I would tell them.
Well, you've all had, in some way or another, had to maintain that delicate balance of family and career. Joey, you've been married now, what was it, 5 years? You have your baby son. How are you able to make your relationship work with all of that pressure?
You have to have an amazing wife, number one. You know, I'm just really fortunate that I can take my baby and my wife on the road. I'm going to have the family bus on the road, but it's going to be fun. And like we've been saying, on stage, we're single.
We're all single.
Guys, I got to say, it's great to see you all back together, and, you know, congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
It's nice to see them back together for all the right reasons, too. New Kids on the Block, new CD is called The Block, and it's in stores now.
It is.